Hi everyone, in this video I'm going to go over the theories behind aging. So the first thing is that I'm only going to go over one theory of aging in this video because this one is pretty complicated. Um, but yeah, I'll go over oxidative stress in this video. So the first thing that you need to understand about oxidative stress is that they're caused by these particles known as free radicals. Now, free radicals are actually very common. They occurs in everyone. And the interesting part is that these are actually a byproduct or a result of mitochondrial processes. Now remember, the mitochondria is the powerhouse of the cell, or it generates the energy required for the cell to run. So now you might be wondering, right? Why are free radicals so bad? Well, the reason they're really bad is that if left unchecked, if left unneutralized, I can also say, new, what's going to tend to happen is that these particles or these free radicals will damage fats and proteins that are really important to the cell. And not only that, it can also damage DNA, right? So I think we all can understand why DNA damage would be pretty bad, right? But the thing here is our body is really smart and already has a mechanism that neutralizes them. Neutralizes the free radicals. So those include they include antioxidants, right? Antioxidants are a really big way of neutralizing free radicals. And it also, basically, your body has this antioxidant system in place and is really good at doing its job, right? So, one thing before we get into that whole process of how aging occurs in the first place is understanding the sources of free radicals in both that are developed inside the body as well as things that can come from outside of our body. First is understanding what comes inside our body. The main thing that we've talked about is mitochondrial damage, right? So mitochondrial induced free radicals. But the thing is, even though this is the biggest endogenous or our body producing free radicals. We also produce free radicals through peroxisomes. You guys probably heard of that in AP Bio. It's an enzyme that produces hydrogen peroxide. It's also produced in your endoplasmic reticulum and other cellular enzymes, similar to peroxisomes. But there are also big sources of exogenous free radicals. I'm sorry, I'm not really sure how to pronounce that, but drugs, junk food, I should say, not all food, but junk, tobacco, and air and water pollution are all exogenous sources of free radicals. In other words, eating bad food causes these free radicals to be produced. So that's another reason why if your body isn't able to keep up with the amount of ROS that's being, or free radicals that are being thrown at it, obviously your body can only produce a limited amount of antioxidants. Usually your body is really good about producing equal amount of free radicals and antioxidants. But what tends to happen as you age is this balance tends to shift. Antioxidants, your body can't produce enough antioxidants to keep up with all the free radicals that you're encountering, some of which may be your fault and some of which may not be your fault, right? So, what does this mean? Well, when your body has an imbalance of antioxidants while the amount of free radicals are going up, it leaves your tissues and everything available to oxidative damage. So, oxidative damage basically is the process of getting your tissue, protein, fats all damaged, right? So, as you get oxidative damage, what that tends to do is it tends to damage your tissues and it tends to impact your mitochondria and all other parts of your cell, right? So, that is why some effects of aging are seen, right? Another thing I did want to mention is that actually it's not fully your fault. For some reason, your body's counter mechanism, which is what I'm going to call the antioxidant system, your counter mechanism also declines with age. And this is really bad, right? Because first, your body is accumulating more free radicals as you grow up, right? As you grow up, you're more exposed to pollutants, you're more exposed to tobacco, food, and drugs, and your body isn't able to keep up. Not only is it not able to keep up, it's actually deteriorating itself. Scientists have found that mitochondrial DNA damage becomes more and more prevalent with age. And in fact, in Alzheimer's patients, Alzheimer's patients. The damage done by oxidative stress and damage to mitochondrial DNA is significantly higher, right? So that's really important to understand here. So what we're seeing, basically what the theory is at an overview, is that as you grow older, these so-called free radical substances increase and your counter mechanism or the system that combats the free radical tends to decrease in efficiency. What this results in is an aggregation of free radicals, which causes damage to mitochondrial and other types of DNA, which results in the cognitive damage that we see in aging. It's really also interesting to notice that with Alzheimer's patients, the oxidative stress and the free radical damage is higher. It's much higher than normal aging. So it's also a pretty common theory for a lot of neurodegenerative disorders. Um, One last thing I wanted to point out here is that your brain is the most metabolic organ in your entire body, accounting for almost 20% of the energy your body uses. 20%, that's a crazy amount if you ask me. 20% of your whole body's expenditure is just taken for the brain. So I want you guys to think about how oxidative stress or this metabolic processes, if those are damaged in the brain, how big of an impact that has on your body is really, really big. So, does this mean that we can't really help ourselves when we're aging? Is this just something inevitable? Not actually. You can, it is a pretty inevitable process, but there are some things you can do to help yourself. First thing is to eat a lot of food with antioxidants. This includes berries like strawberries, blueberries, raspberries, etc. And to eat omega-3 foods. Those tend to have uh, pretty good antioxidants as well. Um, Another thing you should always be doing is exercising. Exercising has actually been shown to help alleviate some of the stress. generated by free radicals. So exercise, eat healthy, and make sure that you're eating an antioxidant rich diet. I just wanted to mention that chia seeds are also pretty good antioxidants. So yeah, thank you so much for watching, everyone. Have a great day. Bye bye.